Can you see me well? I feel like I'm a little too bright. Is it better? I feel so. Hi guys! Welcome in this new video. How are you? I am fine. So today's video is going to be a bit unusual for my channel because it's not going to be a vlog or anything. I'm just going to talk to you the whole video. I'm kind of nervous because I'm not used to do videos like that, and I feel like editing this video is going to be really long, so sorry for the editing, Léonie. So as you saw in the title, today's video is going to be my 10 tips for living alone. I've been living alone for over a year now, and I'm going to be honest with you right now, this is a hard experience for me. I'm not quite used to living alone yet, and it's still hard sometimes, but I feel like I gained these few tips, like few things that I liked, and that's why I wanted to share them in this video. Without further ado, let's get into my tips. So my first tip is to... Oh yeah, with the first Wednesday of the month. Can you hear it? I think you can hear it. We're just going to wait. Wait, because I feel like, yeah, you're zoomed. It's better like that, no? So I have my lovely computer right in front of me with the list. So the first thing and my first tip is to have a background noise, because when you're leaving your family home, most of them, well, you're not alone, so there is always some noise because people are living in that place with you. And I know that the silence is really something that is hard for me. When I first moved into my apartment, when I was just sitting in my bed, I could not hear my brother playing his computer or my mom watching TV. Oh, wait. Hello, Mama? Sorry, guys, that was my mom. But this is my second tip. Let's finish the first one. So as I told you, I always try to have a background noise because, I mean, in my house, I had one. And here, living alone, I realized that if I don't do a thing, there is no sound. And that is really something that was hard for me at the beginning, and this is why when you come in my apartment, I'm always watching a show, I'm always listening to a music in the background, and I don't really care about my screen time because it's not really time that I spend watching something. Most of the time I'm not even listening to it, I just really need something in the background because otherwise I feel lonely, and this is not what we want. So for the show, most of the time I'm watching Law and Order or Criminal Minds because I don't know, I really enjoy those two shows. And for the music, it depends, it always depends. Last year I know that I've created a motivation playlist that I really enjoyed playing, but I'm not listening much to it this year. It's been a week since I'm listening to the last album of Nino and Niska, so two French rappers, and I'm going to their concerts in January, so happy about that. Always try to have a background noise if that can make you feel better and not alone. And my second tip, you just saw, is just calling someone. I call my mom every day. I'm not ashamed to say it because I really need to listen to her, I really need to talk to her. And I also call my best friend Chloe quite a lot, like at least once a week we try to have each other in the phone. Like for example, 2 days ago in the morning we both didn't have class, and so we just FaceTimed each other, we got ready, we talked, sometimes we don't, we stayed an hour and a half on the phone, we were just getting ready together, we did our stuff, and that was really what I needed, you know. Even my grandma, like now I go to my grandma's place a lot, every 2 or 3 weeks, but I also call her every 2 or 3 days because I need to talk to her, I need to talk to someone, I need to stay in touch. Yeah, and I know that really for my grandma's case, because she lives alone, I also feel like she needs to hear me, and it's good for her to have someone on the phone to talk to someone. If you have a good relation with your parents, with your friends, don't be ashamed to call them and to say, I need to talk to someone. It's just random. Like most of the time I call my mom and I said, yeah, I was in class, we did that, and now I'm going home, I'm going to cook that. Random stuff. She doesn't need to know that, but I need to talk to her, and this is the most important. My third tip is to create a cozy place, a comfortable place. I know that I have the luxury of having a nice apartment, that I can buy stuff, and I know that it's not a luxury that everyone have, but you can also find like second-hand thing for really cheap. I need it, and I think that it's maybe something that you need too, but you need to have a cozy place, a cozy apartment where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe. And so every time you are entering this apartment, well, first you're, yes, maybe you are going to be sad because you're alone in this place, but you are going to be alone in a place that you love, in a place where you feel comfortable. And this is why last year when I first moved into this apartment, I've bought a lot of stuff for my room in Bordeaux. At the beginning of the year I redecorated everything. I've bought a lot of things that I needed to feel comfortable, to feel good in this apartment. So yeah, I know that sometimes it can be hard and you may don't have the motivation at first, but take the time and focus to create a place that you actually love. My fourth tip is kind of related to the last one. Once you created the place that you love, be sure to keep it clean, to keep it organized. I know that I try every day to clean a little my apartment. So as I told you, on Monday I'm changing my sheets, pajamas, my towels. On Wednesday I am cleaning my bathroom. On Thursday I am cleaning my kitchen, and on Friday I'm cleaning my living room. And this is really something that I need to have this apartment always kind of clean, because if I don't do it, no one's going to do it for me. Because I spend so much time in this apartment, and in order for it to be comfortable as I want it to be, I need to clean it. And I feel that the best thing you can do is find a good rhythm, something that works for you, so you can have your apartment always clean. I'm not saying, like, for instance, yesterday I went out with my friends. When I got home it was a mess because I was late. I had makeup, clothes all over the place, and I was too tired to do it yesterday night. But when I woke up this morning, this is the first thing that I did. So I'm not saying like it always needs to be clean, never messy. No, you're going to live in it, it's going to get messy, of course. But try to find the time and also create the time when you can keep it clean. This is my tips. The next tip is actually something that I did this year that I wish that I did last year, but I did not, that's okay. Is find routines that work for you and make you happy, because this is the most important. This year, as I told you many times, I find the rhythm of... Actually, it's more about the night routine, because in the morning I'm most of the time in a rush because I have class in the morning. But in the night, as I told you, when I come home, I clean what I need to clean, then I take my shower, I really take my time. I take the time to cook dinner. I'm watching a TV show, a movie in front of it, that's okay. But then when I go to bed at 10, I shut every screen, I just read until I fell asleep. And I also try to keep up with my journals. It's really something that I did, so I'm really proud about it. But establishing this routine is really something that is making me happy, because I feel productive, and this is a routine that really works for me, because when I wake up in the morning I'm not too tired and I can actually read a lot. This is something that I missed, because yeah, last year I almost haven't read all year because I did not took the time to establish a routine, and so most of the time I just end up looking at my phone to fall asleep, and this is not something that I'm proud of. It also takes time to find a routine, because even if you had one when you lived at your parents' place, it's going to change, because now that you are alone you need to do different things. Maybe you're going to try multiple ones and you are going to find at some point one that works for you, so really take the time to do so. Next is a tip that I most of the time don't follow, but I really need to, is that take the time to cook good dishes for you. Take the time to cook meal that you really love. Cooking is really something that I enjoyed, and when I was living with my family I didn't cook that much, but when I did I liked to do like great dishes for my family. And when you live alone, because you're the only one that need food, most of the time you end up just doing like pasta, rice with random sauce, and that's okay if you want to, but I think it's also important to take the time and be like, okay, I also deserve a good dish. It's not because that I live alone that I cannot take the time to cook a good dinner, a good lunch. Taking the time to slow down and cooking is really something that is appreciable, and it can create this separation from work to cozy time, to relax, to evening time, if you know what I mean. Once again, because you're living alone, if you're not cooking good dishes for you, no one is going to do so. You have so many book recipes where you can find easy and quick recipes. So yeah, I'm not saying like spend 3 hours cooking, no, but just 10 minutes, do some, I don't know, add some vegetables and everything. It's actually really great, okay? As a vegetarian, I eat a lot of vegetables and it's really quick to cook, it's good for your health, and most of the time it tastes good. So yeah, take the time to do it. My next advice is actually something that I did a lot and I'm really proud about it. That really worked for me, so hopefully it's going to work for you. But it's take the time to try new things, to go to parties with your friend, to try new sports, to go to the gym. If you want to, I don't know, run in new city, go run in new city, but just really take the time to try new things, to surround you with people, because by trying new things you are going to meet new people, you are going to discover new things, and that is going maybe to change your mind from the fact that it can be really hard to live alone. I know that last year actually I went out a lot with my friends and I really enjoyed it, because when it was hard for me to stay alone at home, I really enjoyed just going out, speak with your friends, dance, have a drink. That's all you need. Then my next tip is mostly for the people that moved far from where they first live, but take the time to discover new places, because when you arrived in a new city you tend to, well, you have your apartment, you have your university or your work, and maybe 1 or 2 places that you discover the first week and you're like, oh yeah, that's nice, I'm going to stay there. No, for me I really love discovering new places, and for instance this afternoon I'm going to work in a cafe with friends that I never been before, and I know that I'm really going to enjoy this experience, because yeah, it's going to be a new place, it's going to be new people, it's going to change my mind. And I know that for me, when I'm sad, most of the time I want to stay alone in my apartment and don't move. That's not the best solution, at least for me, and sometimes I need to make the effort to go out to discover new places, because I know that at the end I'm going to feel better. But I feel like you need to find an equilibrium. For instance, tonight I was supposed to go out, but I told my friend like, no, I really don't want to, I prefer to stay in my apartment to be cozy. Actually, I feel like you need to listen to yourself and deep down wonder, okay, do I want to go out? Do I need it? Am I just afraid to go out and discover new places? Or is it just that I really need to have some alone time, some cozy time in my apartment when I can just be at bed at 9 and read and watch a TV show? My 9th tip is to make movie nights. So this is very particular, but more broadly, for me, making movie night and watching a TV show the night is something that is really important, because it's something that I did a lot with my mom. Every night my mom is just watching a random TV show. Sometimes, I'm not saying always, but sometimes I used to go and watch it with her. Last year, actually, when I first moved into my apartment, I really did not take the time to just sit and watch a TV show. And it's something that I've missed it a lot, and that's why I try to do it more this year. You know, like the random TV show that is on the first channel at 9. I'm talking about those ones. More broadly, for me, taking the time to watch a TV show at the night is actually trying to recreate a certain routine that with my family, a routine that was making me happy. As I told you earlier, yes, you need to discover a new routine, something that works for you because you live alone, but maybe when you can, try to incorporate things from your previous routine, from the one that you had with your family, so you can maybe create this feeling of known, if you know what I mean. You're not creating a new thing, and it's not an entirely unknown routine. So yeah, find one or two things that you can still do while living alone. Do it, you know, if that can make you feel happy, if that can make you feel safe. It's really important to do it. And finally, well, it's already my last advice. I have no idea for how many minutes I've been filming this video, but finally my last advice is more of a mental health advice. But don't be afraid to live alone. Don't be afraid to expose yourself to all the, not negative, but at first to all the sad feelings that you can go through. Don't be afraid to feel what you are feeling. It's totally normal at first for you to live alone, because you've been living with your parents, you've been living with someone for 18 years, and now you're like, okay, now just figure out how to do it yourself. It's hard, it's sad, and you're going to cry, that's okay. And it's really something that I'm still working on. Okay, I'm not really used to live alone yet. Don't be afraid to call your parents and say, okay, well, right now it's kind of hard. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to, I don't know, but find something that can works for you when you feel bad, because it's normal to feel bad, it's normal to feel sad. So yeah, that was my 10 tips on living alone. As I told you, I'm still working off a few of them, and it's normal actually. Let me know in the comments if you know all the tips, if you tried actually ones that I've already talked about, and does they work for you? Miniature. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and comment it if you enjoy it, to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos in general, and see you next Sunday. Bye!